Hi, I'm Nathan Oakley and this is video log number 81. On a couple of other video logs, I've highlighted things like the next big lie and how that gets into our consciousness, not with massive amounts of viewings. And it occurred to me whilst watching an excellent documentary by Odd TV that's been recommended loads of times, and I can see why. He's took some really great footage from lots of people in the flat earth community, along with lots of mainstream science material, which was actually originally done by Rob Skeever at the beginning of the documentary, and used that. And the thing that I was acutely aware of when it got to a little chat that a guy at New Horizons did was that people use the term hidden in plain sight. Now, for me, the term is bandied around as though you found something, and I think nothing could be further from the truth. So I'm going to play out a couple of little bits from Odd TV and then explain exactly what it is I mean.
But what, other than God, could possibly explain the remarkable series of events that led to the creation of life in our universe? One very popular contender is an idea that seems at least as incredible as the idea of God. It's the multiple universe theory.
A very large number of universes, perhaps even an infinite number, could in principle exist in a vast hyperspace.
We can understand the idea of hyperspace
Because we've been given it loads of times before. So hyperspace is not a term people will be unfamiliar with. We've all heard of hyperspace. And this is the nature of predictive programming. If you can put hyperspace into somebody's idea or into their consciousness with things like Star Wars or Star Trek, you then have the idea seated comfortably when a scientist comes along with a nice little diagram and an explanation with or in that case it was a glass of beer. So hyperspace and quantum theory are things that we were already comfortable with before a scientist tells us about them. Now, we all know that gravity is presented to us as fact, even though it's a theory, and we get what flat earthers assume our reactions to us and our videotapes, but nonetheless scientists have worked out long ago how they will manipulate us and what they will manipulate us with. So it brings us back to hiding things in plain sight. For me, you have the idea of God, which is taught in a lot of British schools. People obviously go to church, and in America it's very religious in many places. So people are taught of the power of God. Now, when you have the opposite, the devil, being hidden in plain sight with lots of symbolism and what would you call them, subliminal messages, let's just keep it what it is. When you have this uncovered and you do a bit of research, as this guy that I'll play out now explains, you find that the people who are in charge and are creating rocket technology or telling us about space or whatever it may be are actually worshipping Satan. Your mind immediately puts two and two together. It creates an idea that these people are worshipping an all-powerful being. Now, I'm not debating the legitimacy of God and the devil in this video. I'm just pointing out how their programming works. If you think that they're worshipping something powerful and the programming that you've been presented this idea with is in things like Star Wars and you've got guys with lightning coming out of their fingers, you're going to put two and two together and come to the conclusion that the people in charge, the powers that should not be, are powerful. Now, I'll play out the section, I hope it'll play, from New Horizons.
Into the air in the first place, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Here's Jack Parsons at a Masonic ceremony, you can tell by the floor. And again, you can look into this for yourself. Yeah, it's easily searchable, it's easily researchable information, the connection between Walt Disney. Here we have aboard the ISS. Again, now we're getting into the handshakes. We've got Baphomet, all.
So this is a piece of information that NASA have given us. They're showing us them throwing up the Baphomet signal, the sign. They're showing us. So it's not hidden, it's in plain sight, just in plain sight, there for us to find and draw our own conclusions. And it's no surprise that the conclusions we draw are worshipping of power. They're all images that are presented around the idea of power and mysticism, and that's why it's there. It's there to be found. Nothing's hidden in plain sight. The AE map, it's the same thing. People describe it as being hidden in plain sight with great big arrows. It's been debunked. It doesn't work. It's not where we live. It's not surprising. Some people have fallen into that bear trap and are stuck there, as Patricia Steere would describe them, in their booby trap with feces-covered spikes left there to die. So yeah, it's unfortunate that people see this stuff and assume that they've found some truth. Nothing is ever hidden in the media. It's all contrived. It's very purposefully left there. Anyway, that's my take on it. I'm hoping I'll get criticised and told I'm wrong in the comments. We shall see. I've been Nathan Oakley. I'll see you in the next video.